Joe on the radio. I see the phone calls. Hold it right there. It's 877-970-2999, 939 on AM 970. The Answer with Frankie Five Boroughs, Big Al Gattulo. What a morning! I love having you with us, and we're trying to get through it all. Mike Gallagher coming up in about a half an hour. You don't want to miss. Howard Husock is the vice president for research at the Manhattan Institute, contributing editor to City Journal. Howard, welcome. I am so sorry I gave you the wrong directions when you got off the elevator, man.
No, I made it, Joe. Thanks.
That was good. How goes? Was this? I'll mention the suite because but he goes, "Is this the place?" And I'm going, "No, it's down there." I pointed him. Am I the worst? Am I the worst in directions? I am so directionally challenged. I can even tell.
You gotta get Waze, man. It's really good.
I just say, wait a minute. Let me check where I am. I point Howard to the other end of the hallway, so I apologize for that, man.
Just remember, you wanted to turn a certain place. Carol all said, no, turn here.
Well, if Carol all was giving me orders, I would have known where I was going. Hey, so Howard, you had a great piece in City Journal about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Everybody's talking about this gal. Is she the future of the Democratic Party?
Well, she's taken out some radical left positions that are definitely getting a lot of attention, but people don't understand how limited her actual voter mandate was. She won a primary election. You know how many votes she got in that election? 16,000 to be elected to Congress. Yeah, she got more in the general election, but that didn't count. The key was the primary election, and that's because there really aren't that many voters in her district. So if you're saying she's the future of the party, you'd want somebody who gets a lot of votes from a lot of voters.
Yeah.
But she has a district, and there are a lot of districts like this that are blue, where there aren't that many voters. You know why? Because there aren't that many citizens. You got to be a citizen to vote. Fewer than half, about 48% of the people in her district are actually Native Americans. Now, some of the immigrants could
Native
be
American, like Indian American.
No, I mean born in the United States.
Okay. I thought Elizabeth Warren was up there. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well,
hey,
that's true.
so Howard, so how did Joe Crowley lose that? How did he lose it? He was like a powerhouse. Crowley was a powerhouse there, right? How did he lose that? What did he do? He just didn't campaign or something like that?
Yeah, didn't take it seriously.
I mean, just not to garner 16,000 votes. And meantime, he might have been Speaker of the House right now.
Yeah, he had a darn good chance. Moderate Dem, had a
God
good
forbid,
chance.
yeah.
Well, one of the things is people are saying, well, she's the future, must have been elected by Hispanics. Well, no. The Hispanics in that district, a lot of them are not citizens. That's the point I'm making here. It's easier to campaign when you don't have to get a lot of votes. But you got a lot of hipsters that are moving in there.
Yeah.
And she is the hipster,
I got to tell you, I'm so organic on the show. We're talking about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez because everybody's talking about her. And then she tweeted the other day, the president said something, and then she tweeted derogatorily toward the president, "Oh, I met guys like this at bars when I was a bartender." And I just want to remind Miss Ocasio-Cortez that the president does not go to bars, did not go to bars. He does not drink. So that was, aside from her little misstatements like that, I like the spirit of the girl. She's refreshing in the Democratic Party. I wish the Republicans had somebody like this. You know who's good in the Republican Party? Dan Crenshaw, the guy with the patch on his eye, the new congressman. I like that guy. He's new. It's fresh. I like that. And the one thing that I got to stick up about Ocasio-Cortez for, and you're going to call me and vilify me on this, it's okay. At least she's a communist, and she says she's a socialist, Marxist communist. It's all the state. It's all about the state, and the state runs everything. I mean, what her key plans are like this Green Deal she has, right? It's all Green Deal, and then taxing 70% of millionaires. You have to make a certain amount of money to tax them at 70%. Is that what her stance is at this point?
That's her top tax rate, yeah.
Right
now we're at 39%, so just figure that out. It's almost double.
Yeah, and then what is this green message that she's talking about? This new Green Deal.
Well, this is this utterly impractical idea that by 2030, I think she's saying, we're going to convert the entire energy economy to renewables, everything. I mean, we're going to close down Indian Point in this metro area. Yeah. We're going to be lucky if we don't have blackouts.
Yeah.
Because we get. Well, you know how much wind and solar are right now? Like 2%.
Yeah.
So that's going to go to 100%? How are you going to get there? With the Green New Deal. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like that. Hey, you're also an expert in public housing. In New York City, why is public housing such a mess? And why don't the Democrats and de Blasio and Cuomo and Ocasio-Cortez deal with this NYCHA problem? They can't settle it, man.
Well, it's such a mess because they have not been putting the money into it for many, many, many years. Now they say, oh, well, Reagan cut it. Well, no, it wasn't supposed to work that way. NYCHA was supposed to be self-supporting. The rents were supposed to support it. But then anybody who had any money got out. The only people left were really poor, and they didn't have enough to pay the rent. So the whole thing went downhill. In other words, it's not only de Blasio and Cuomo. The premise of public housing was misguided going way back. There were no glory days, maybe when they cut the ribbons for a few years. So what they need to do is find a way humanely, slowly, get out of the business. That's what they need to do.
Is that right?
I think so.
And what do you think Governor Cuomo is going to talk about today? The congestion pricing? Talk to me about congestion pricing, please. I've been railing about it. You know what, Howard? You remind me of Bill Nye. You're like Bill Nye, the science guy. Look, except he's like.
Except I don't know much about science.
No, but you're
you're
Bill Nye, the political guy. I love this, man. Look at you with the button down and everything. And you come from the prestigious Manhattan Institute. You write for the prestigious City Journal, and you know this stuff inside out and backwards, man. Where'd you go to school, man?
I went to Boston University undergraduate. I went to Princeton graduate school.
Oh God! See, I knew the intellect immediately. You said from Cleveland. You're from Cleveland.
I am from Cleveland.
This is a great town. I love Cleveland, man.
It's a great town, but it lost a lot of population, including myself.
You got it. When did you get out, man?
1969.
I know. It's so funny. I met a guy. We'll get back to politics. I met a guy yesterday. I'm with my daughter, walking around trying to get something to eat. And the guy was so nice behind the counter yesterday. A sandwich bookshop. You probably know it on the Upper East Side over there, And he was so nice. The guy was so friendly. And I said to this kid, he was a kid. I said, you know what? Thank you for being so nice. He goes, I'm not from here. The first thing he said.
I think New Yorkers are pretty nice. I lived a lot of my life in Boston. You want to see cold people?
Is that right?
If you say hello to them on the street, they get you arrested.
No, is that in Boston?
Absolutely.
So tell me about congestion pricing. And please explain to me in your intellectual way, if you would, Howard, what's the reasoning here? Because why, if I drive one place and then go into Midtown, then come back, and I'm rushed and I have to pick up a child, number one, I have to go to work, I have to get home, the traffic is jammed at the Lincoln, I got to go to the Holland, it's going to cost me a fortune, and I'm going to be taxed now to pay for the subway. What is the reasoning of Governor Cuomo there?
The idea is actually to make it easier for you to make that drive, because people who are just kind of casually making the drive, they're not thinking too much about it, they're filling up the roads, and if you price it like you price anything, right? Price signals tell people, yeah, I really want that, or I don't want it so much. I like lobster, but I don't want to pay $12 a pound. I like to drive through the Lincoln Tunnel to go to Zabar's, but I don't like it that much that I want to pay $10. So it would, in theory, ease the traffic. There are cities. London does it. I've been to Singapore, which is now everybody knows from Crazy Rich Asians. It's a crazy rich place. They got it there. There are zero traffic jams.
You're talking about the movie. Yeah, I understand. And then in de Blasio's state of the city, what's he going to be talking about? Him running for president or something like that? When was that?
He already gave it. He talked about
when was that? I mean,
One thing he didn't talk about, as far as your previous question goes, he didn't talk about NYCHA because he doesn't want to talk NYCHA because people are freezing in the dark in NYCHA.
Yeah, they don't even mention that. But what did he talk? Did he talk about? I missed that. Did he talk about running for president?
People inferred that.
Yeah, like Jake Tapper on CNN.
He talked about health care for all as if it's a new thing, as if we don't have a whole system.
Hey, guilty as charged, by the way. I'm sorry to interrupt you. When was that on, Frank? Was that de Blasio's thing?
I think it was last Thursday.
Oh my God! Oh, good. I'm glad I stayed on that. That's when he made that thing, and then it went. Oh my God! It just went on, and now Governor Murphy's and Governor Cuomo today. All right, got it.
Made a strong impression on everybody, Joe.
Yeah. I guess so, especially Jake Tapper at CNN. Hey, Howard, thank you so much for joining us. Keep us posted. So, the future of Ocasio-Cortez. What do you think?
I'd say right now it's bright in terms of being a celebrity. In terms of being an effective politician, I suspect marginal.
Marginal, yeah, in the future, right?
But celebrity, she's lighting it up. There's no doubt about it.
So what do we do with 2020? Who's coming in Democratic side? Biden and Beto. Is that it?
Look, if Joe Biden were
Senator
10 years
Gillibrand
younger,
today.
Joe Biden were 10 years younger, he'd be he'd be definitely the front runner. He still might be.
Yeah, and what about Senator Gillibrand on Colbert today? Do you think she's going to go in, huh?
Did she used to be for gun rights?
Yeah. And she was best friends with Bill Clinton, so I don't know where she's going. So that's going to go away, you think?
That I can't tell you.
Yeah, she will. Listen, thanks, man. Keep us posted, Howard. Howard is vice president for research at the Manhattan Institute, contributing editor to City Journal, the Bill Nye of the political world. Thank you so much,
Hey,
Howard.
thank you, Joe.
Hey,
Thanks
sorry
for
for the
having
wrong directions, man, and thanks for finally finding it here. Let me go.